So a lot of people have asked me, how do you get a stronger jaw? How do you get a sharper jawline? It's been a question that's come up a lot. So there's 3 keys you can do to actually improve the way your jawline looks and actually achieve a sharper jawline. So the first one is really the most boring answer, okay? A lot of people don't want to hear it, but really the first one and the most important, it's gonna be the most dramatic, is getting very lean, okay? In fact, I have a pretty crazy transformation just from getting my body fat down from the mid-teens to about 7%. My face changed completely. It seemed like I had a soft, round face. And then when I got down to 7%, all of a sudden I had a sharp jawline. So that is the most important, okay? If you have any fat here, it's gonna blur the shape of your jawline, okay? So you might have like more of an angled jawline, you might have more of a square, but any sort of body fat here will blur your face. And that's why a lot of male models are super lean. That's why if you watch a lot of movies and TV shows, a lot of like the good looking actors, they all have a very sharp jawline. It's very common in film. They get people with very angular faces. And in film, assuming you're playing like a good looking heartthrob, they want you to be very lean and have that sharp jawline. Now, depending on how your body stores fat, some guys to have a really sharp jawline will need to get down to like 7, 8%. And then some guys can have a very good jawline at about 10, 11%. If you look at Daniel Craig in the Bond film, he was lean, but he wasn't shredded, and he had a very, very sharp jawline. In fact, for me, when my body fat's like 11, 12%, my face loses that sharpness. That's actually one of the reasons why I like to be very, very lean, isn't to have 6-pack abs. I actually have pretty decent abs at 12, 13%, although I don't have a bit more fat on the lower abs, but it's actually because I like having that very, very sharp jawline. Now, the second tip, okay, is pretty much your oral posture, okay? You've probably heard of this thing called mooing. Essentially, having your mouth open a lot and breathing through your mouth is bad. These muscles in your jaw atrophy, and the weaker they are, the less square and defined and chiseled your jaw will be. So a lot of people that are mouth breathing at night, they breathe through their mouth, they have a slack jaw, they kind of train their body to have this longer, slimmer kind of face shape, or it gets drawn down. In fact, you can actually see people's faces change if they get an injury, maybe they broke their nose, can't breathe through their nose properly, their jaw becomes weaker. It's actually pretty crazy. You have a lot more control on how your face looks than you actually realize. So the proper posture is breathe through your nose, and it's also better for your breath when you breathe through your nose because you can actually produce more saliva. When your mouth's always open, your mouth gets dry and it's not as good. You want to keep your mouth relatively closed and breathe through your nose like this. You don't want to be open, but you don't want to be squeezing, somewhere in the middle. You don't need to overthink it, just essentially be a nose breather. Some people actually get tape on their mouth when they sleep at night because they sleep like this. Now the third one, which is kind of my favorite because it's actually really, really cool. Okay, the third one is, some people talk about chewing a ton of gum every day, but gum has a lot of artificial flavoring and stuff like that, and just getting sticks of gum with aspartame and chewing on 10 sticks of gum is not my style. I don't recommend that in the least. You want to have something that's actually beneficial for your health, okay? So what I actually found is really, really awesome. It's actually catching a lot of buzz, but I've been looking into this stuff for a few months now. From my man Tanner Guzzi of masculinestyle.com, he told me about it. Mastic gum, right? So mastic gum is actually, it's a resin from Greece, like a Greek tree. It's a resin and it's 10 times harder than regular gum. You can chew on it and it is like a jaw workout like nothing else. When I chew on it for 10, 15 minutes, literally my face is like pumped. The blood is all engorged. But it actually will strengthen your jaw. Now, your jaw is very different than building up your shoulders, your back, your chest. Your jaw is really designed to be trained daily. And then if you're sore, take a day off. But this also has other benefits. It's great for your oral health, can help reduce cavities. It's great for your gut health. So mastic gum has a lot of cool benefits. So essentially what you do, and I've been traveling for the last 3 or 4 weeks, so I actually have not even chewed it at all the last 3 or 4 weeks, but I was chewing it really consistently and I was getting more compliments. My jaw was getting a lot sharper. So right here, just get a chunk of them. And then it's hard at first, and then it turns into like a very malleable gum, but I just chew on a lot. It's way harder than regular gum. You can chew on it for hours. It tastes very bland. Some people don't like the taste. I don't give a shit. To me, it's fine. Then it turns into gum. And just chew on it, literally just until your jaw is sore. Right? But it's cool because it doesn't just strengthen your jaw, It also improves your gut health. Chewing's good, helps produce more saliva. Saliva is important for your oral health. So while your breath tends to be worse in the morning because your mouth gets very dry, you're not hydrated, and then when you don't have saliva, more bacteria can grow. But chewing daily can help create more saliva, which is good. So now it's like a gum. Literally, it's like a little piece of gum. I can chew on this for 20 minutes. 20 minutes a day, and then take a day off if your mouth is sore. And that's it. You're not gonna see some dramatic, massive jawline, but you will find that it's sharper. When you're everyday life and photos and videos, your jaw will get sharper. But for it to really show, you wanna get your body fat to at least 12%. If you wanna get to really sharp, you wanna get to like 7, 8, 9%. And then you wanna make sure that you're not undoing that by having your mouth wide open, having bad oral posture, and then producing more of that long, drawn out face. In fact, humans, right, back in the day, spent 4 to 6 hours chewing per day. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors spent 4 to 6 plus hours a day chewing. It was much, much harder to extract calories from food. You had to fucking tear and bite and use the muscles and get the calories. Now, we have all these easy, palatable foods we can eat on, and we can get calories with barely any chewing. The average human now chews for 40 minutes. Back then, they chewed literally 4 to 6 hours, okay? More than 10 times as long every day. So it's good to build these muscles, strengthen the jaw, and at first you might chew for 5 minutes and you're gonna be like, oh my God, my jaw is so tired. And then eventually you can chew it for 20, 30 minutes and then you're like wiped out. And those muscles will build, they will get stronger. You don't need to overdo it, just once a day, chew until it's pretty tough, take a break, and then build that habit of doing it pretty much every day and only taking a day off when you're really sore. All right. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to get my program to getting very, very lean, then check out the Movie Star Body System, which is freaking awesome. Put a link on this video in the description. And again, with the mastic gum, you can pretty much get it on Amazon. Some other influencers are making their own mastic gum, which you can get, but it's a fun little habit to do once a day. So give those 3 things a shot, and I'll see you soon.